Hi guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my easy cooking channel tonight. Last week I made a dish called pad cha, which was a seafood Thai dish. And one of the main ingredients is something called nam prik pad. Now that nam prik pad is also one of the secret ingredients used in tom yum goong soup in Thailand. And you can use it in all kinds of other things. Anyway, sometimes it can be very hard to find in the store because if it's not made just right, it's not nam prik pad, and it's not or nam prik pao. So this week I got buried in some emails, people wanting to know how to make nam prik pad at home. And so I did some research and I came up with a formulation of my own. And as usual, it's going to be good. So tonight I'm going to make nam prik pad, the secret Thai chili paste. Okay? I know you'll love it. It's very fast, very easy. So as usual with YouTube, 15 minutes. Let's get going. I'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, the first order of business is to roast up the dried chilies. We just want to blacken them up. I'm using a combination of California chili, New Mexico chili. Actually, excuse me, that's Guajillo. This is New Mexico. I didn't use the Californias. These long, thin ones are chili de árbol for spice. And I'm also using chilies japones. So I'm using a few different varieties of chili. And what we want to do here is just get them to start smoking and start blacking. Okay? And then we're going to peel them and take the seeds out. Okay guys, there are the roasted chilies. See, they've gotten nice and black. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the stems and split the chilies down the side, and I'm going to remove the seeds to decide how much heat I want to put in my nam prik pad. So hold on tight. Okay guys, there it is. Here are my roasted chili pods, and here are the seeds. Now contrary to popular belief, nam prik pad chili paste or chili sauce is not meant to be supernova hot, which is an assumption that many people have about Thai food, is it always has to be hot. Nam prik pad is about flavor. But have no doubt, I'm going to incorporate some of these seeds back into the paste because I do want a little bit of spice, but it's not going to be a super hot. That's not what this sauce is meant for. Okay guys, the next step is we're going to fry up some garlic. We only want it golden brown. We don't want to burn it up. I roasted the garlic ahead of time. Okay. Over an open flame, I roasted the garlic. You can choose to do that or not. But we're only going to fry it up on a medium heat here for about a minute or two till it's golden. Then we'll reduce the heat back down while I'm fishing it out with my spider. Okay? And we're going to end up frying up the shallots. Okay guys, the garlic is fried up nice and golden brown. And right now, I'm going to add shallots that I have also roasted on an open flame prior to slicing. Now the shallots are going to take a little bit longer to get golden brown because there's a lot of water in shallot. So I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to let these bad boys get fried up, and then we're going to move on to the next step and get this nam prik pad into high gear. Okay, the shallots are golden brown, and I'm going to add one final ingredient to the oil before we move on. In my version of nam prik pad, I'm going to lightly fry up some lemongrass for the fragrance. Delicious. And it's going to add some flavor to the prik pad. So I'm going to fry this up until they're golden brown, and then we're going to move on to making the sauce. Okay, the next step is the dried chili pods go into a food processor now. Okay, I have incorporated back at least the pepper seeds of one, maybe two peppers. Okay, now all we need to do is grind it down. All we need to do is grind them down. So I'm going to turn these chili pods into a powder, and we'll be moving on to the next step. Today's step. And the next step is taking our fried garlic, okay, and our fried shallots, and the fried lemongrass. Put it into the processor and grind it up into bits. And that is what I am going to do right now. Okay guys, here comes the next step. This here is 2 teaspoons of Malaysian shrimp paste. It's got the consistency of clay. It's also quite pungent and quite smelly. And I'm going to set this into the oil to fry up until it gets pungent in here. It'll start to break down. Okay, I'm going to cook this for about 1 or 2 minutes in the oil. Okay, and then I'm going to move forward to add the next ingredients as we are now making nam prig pad. Okay, the shrimp paste is quite fragrant now. And so now I'm going to add back the chili mixture. I've reduced the heat. Still might have to turn on the fan. There we go. Get that in there. And then we add back our shallots. And garlic and lemongrass. And mix this in very well. This is going to thicken up a bit. If it does, we might add some water to it. Now I'm going to add a little bit of tartness. Tamarind paste. And we'll start with about 3 or 4 tablespoons. Because you want tart. Oh, this is looking delicious already. Alright. Now, in most recipes for the sweet, traditionally you would add palm sugar or brown sugar, but in this case I am going to use some blackstrap molasses because I happen to like the flavor and character of molasses. It'll add a nice sweet touch to this chili paste. Get it all. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to stir this up for a couple of minutes, and then it'll be all done, and I'll put some on a plate. Hang on tight. Okay, the nam prig pad is simmering away, and I'm going to add an optional ingredient. You don't have to add this. It's in some recipes and it's not in others, but this is about a tablespoon of soybean miso. Okay. This is going to disperse in here, and it's going to help thicken this up a little bit because you want a consistency of jam. Okay? And it's right about here. Okay? The shrimp paste that I use, the Malaysian shrimp paste, is not as salty as I thought. So the salt from the miso paste will help. And I also augmented this recipe by putting about 3 tablespoons of fish sauce in it. You could do that or not. As with any other recipes in the world, you make it your own. Okay? As foodies, we make it our own. So as you can see, the miso is helping to thicken this up lovely. This will be ready in about 5 more minutes. And then I'm going to put some in a bowl or a plate and let you see the finished product. Okay guys, I've turned the heat off. Okay? I've turned the heat off. This is reduced enough. You see, it's like a jam or a paste. Okay? I'm going to add one final ingredient in here. It's not standard, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that is some lime juice for acidity. Okay? I want the acidity because it'll add a layer of flavor, citrus. Okay? It'll go well with the tart of the tamarind. But the acidity will also lend to preserving this in the refrigerator or on the countertop longer than if you didn't have it. About 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lime juice. Okay, and I'm going to keep on stirring as this cools. There it is, guys. Homemade Prig pad. Okay. Jam consistency with a nice halo of oil. Okay. A jam consistency with a nice halo of oil. This goes delicious in soups. This is an excellent barbecue sauce. Okay. This goes great on chicken, fish, makes a killer omelet, makes a killer grilled cheese sandwich. Try this recipe. Make it your own. That way you won't have a hard time locating it in the store like I've had in the past. Thai Prig pad. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, so there you have it. Homemade Prig pad from my kitchen to yours. So the next time you feel like making some tom yum goong, or some pad thai, or a steak, or anything at all that you like chili paste on, try making this recipe. Make it your own. Add to it. Take from it. Remember that when it's done, adjust your flavors. If you want more sweet, add more sweet. If you want more tart, add more tart. And if you want more heat, add more heat. I added a little bit of fish sauce at the end because the shrimp paste didn't quite do it. It's a delicious sauce. Okay, it'll last in your refrigerator for at least 60 to 90 days, especially if you add the acidity of the lime juice as I did. So as usual, you can find the instructions for this recipe on my blog, richardblaineseasycooking.com. I hope you try this recipe. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.